I'm still listening to you, but hi, I think we're live on Facebook now, and me and Brenda were still talking. I have to do something very important, which is record sign. I'm just yes, because what's happening is, Brenda, all this stuff is going on YouTube very soon, and I need these recordings because people are saying that if you need to watch these interviews, where do we watch them? So I'm going to start putting them on YouTube in one place. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my 17th champion announcement. I mean, I've reached 17th. I'm sure I will reach 100 as well very soon in 100 days. But before I announce my guest and introduce her, I have decided, and I just went live into my mom's group and I said that there are two people who are outrightly supporting this, and I have decided to announce them as the pillars for this movement. That's Debbie and Francis. All of you know they're just typing, they're sharing, they're bringing in moms, and the energy they are bringing in, believing that this movement is worth it, that they have to put in their time, and get in moms should really benefit from this. I'm really thankful, and that's why I've decided to call them my pillars. There might be more pillars joining in once the energy keeps multiplying the way it is. So thank you, Devi. Thank you, Francis. I've decided my pillars' names are going to be always taken. I will give it back to them by announcing them and honoring them in every interview. So Debbie and Francis, always I'll be thanking you for every interview. Thank you for sharing my stuff. Thank you for coming on live. Thank you for doing whatever you're doing. And I just have no words of the support I'm getting. So here I'm going to welcome Brenda from Australia joining us. It's really late in night. I was just talking to her, and she has a beautiful child who I happened to meet on Zoom. Brenda, welcome. And let's introduce you and see where you're coming from, what you're doing. Let's talk.
Hello, Shika. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, so I'm Brenda Denbesten. I'm from Zimbabwe originally, but moved to Australia probably in 2003. So I'm now a long-time resident of Australia. I'm a chemical engineer, and more recently I have left corporate, so quite recently, 2 weeks ago. And I'm now pursuing my entrepreneurship journey as an empowerment coach for women in engineering and other male-dominated industries. So I have a passion for women in this industry because I was one myself, and I saw that there was a gap in this area around roof visibility, role models, and also just the women who are there, giving them the tools and strategies to advance their career so we can effectively change the world.
Right. And I've had I'd already announced you, I think yesterday when I was taking the interview, and I was talking about Brenda's coming with some very interesting story of how she got into it and why she wants to only focus on engineers and why does she want women engineers, and she wants to coach specifically. Let's talk about that story. It's a very interesting story, and you must share that because that's such an inspiring story for so many moms, and that you've stepped in to help after being mom, this idea, this, like I always say, that something happens to us when we become moms. These crazy ideas keep coming into our head, and then we move forward to start walking in that direction because we've become moms. And a lot of moms need to hear that the mom, when you become a mom, you actually get great ideas and you can actually move up, not move down. So let's hear that interesting story, Brenda, from you.
I love that. I love that, Shika. Yes, you're so right. We, at the most unexpected times, things can come to us, and we find it lighting up our hearts and giving us a bit of a fire. So certainly I had my son in 2017.
Right.
And when I came back to work after maternity leave, he was about 8 months, so I was now back in work, but I had to pump, and this is my first time pumping at work, and I was quite excited to to think that, okay, well, my son's not here, he's somewhere else, but I'm getting the milk, and there was nowhere specific to pump. So into the toilet, into the bathroom I went. There was a small shower which I was hoping to go into, but the light unfortunately wasn't working in there, so I couldn't go into that room. So it was the 3 separate stalls that were the only ones available. So it was a bit wrong for me to be in the toilet, breastfeeding. But I know across the world, a lot of us women have had to do similar things and are still doing them in many areas.
Oh, yes.
And so I had to get comfortable in the toilet stall, light flickering and, smelling of disinfectant. And I'm just like, okay, let's try get in the zone. I put the seat down and sat down. And then I started to connect the pump and put it on. And then I pressed play, and it was just like, and I was just like, whoa, this is so embarrassing. Like, how is this? I was so embarrassed. And I was listening out, like, who would come in? Like, is there anyone who's who's coming in? So I have to press the button quickly. And I thought to myself, how is it possible that this pump is so loud? We've got things and technologies out there that are so much quieter, so much smoother, so much more efficient. Was a woman actually involved
Right.
in the full life cycle of this product? Were they involved in the design through and through? Like, what part did they play, And it just made me think, we just need more women. And it was just a seed at that stage. Like, it annoyed me. I thought we need more women. But more and more, there was just more examples. As I went on through my journey over the next few years, I'd see things and I'd just be like, why can't women would fix these things? Like, women would notice, women have got lots to add here. And so really that's where my passion was really built around ensuring that I could play a part in, first of all, giving a bit of visibility around the importance of engineering, because a lot of women think engineering is boring, it's for men, it's just fixing cars, but really it's much broader than that. And then secondly, empowering those women who have chosen to come in here to stay the course and, to push past the male-dominated industry, the boys' club, in the sense that we can't make a significant difference, because I definitely believe that we can.
Right. And I think also the fact that you also wanted that the design thinking for women products should come from women engineers, because they actually can understand. I was like laughing and telling somebody about that. Branda's okay, right? Like, why are the shelves made so high when you can't reach them? Why are situations such that they're not very friendly, and they're engineered in a way that. And that was a very interesting example. And breastfeeding anyway now, I think we're coming back to that era that breastfeeding is becoming more popular again, and public breastfeeding is okay, and people are, but they still, women have to go. And when you're saying that in Australia, again, I always say that being a mom in India, I thought it was in India that I had to go to bathrooms and take my baby there sometimes because I'm like out for lunch. And I told Brenda this already, that I was escorted to this one storeroom once by a manager who said that, oh, I'll give you a room to go breastfeed. And then I was escorted, and I ended up, and my son was crying, so I was like, forget it, like, just go ahead and feed here. And my husband, who was 6 feet tall, couldn't even fit in. He was like bending, and we were on our knees, and I was just like, I just fed him and I got out. And I'm like, no places for women to. And this is what needs to come up, because if women are still not comfortable breastfeeding publicly or talking about it, at least places have to be made. And I make sure myself, when I go to these places where they're very women friendly clothing outlets, I'm just telling them, yes, toilets, yes, changing room, why not like feeding rooms for moms? And it's coming up in India as well. I'm sure all over the world will come, and people like you will definitely make sure stuff is engineered with not such loud noises, uncomfortable sizes of holding it when you have a baby who's crying, and then there are things that you have to manage and understand. It's very interesting what you're doing, and that's why I was like very excited to get you on, Brenda. It was amazing. And this whole self-portrait movement, and now you're working with women, but as a mom, your inspiration came as a mom. Your inspiration came after understanding what. So, what do you think? Like, what happens to mothers when we become moms, and why is like this a very common stuff that we see, that don't take our pictures, we don't want to come, forget about it. Like, what happens? And yes, it's overwhelming, but what happens to our mind slowly? It's the first child, the second child, by the time third, fourth, fifth, we are gone, like.
Yes, I've got the one child right now, but I can really relate to when you become a mom, you focus on others a lot more. I think we're already built as nurturers as women, but once you've got the children, your focus is there. Your focus is on feeding, nourishment, shelter, safety, provision, and creating a household, a safe place for them to live. And so you get into that mothering character.
Right.
And so on days where you just want survival, particularly in the newborn stages, sleep is very hard to come by.
Yeah.
Showers are hard to come by, in peace and in length of time. So I think what sort of happens is you start to lose that confidence you used to have as an individual, as a pre-motherhood. You lose some of
Right.
that zest for life. You've lost touch maybe with some of the friends, maybe they're different stages of their lives, and now you're sort of wondering, where do you now fit in? Where does my identity come back in? And so as you lose some of that, you feel like it can be seen, like you feel like it's visible on the outside, although a lot of that turmoil is happening on the inside.
Right.
That is why we shy away and we try maybe hide. But really, I feel like as I pushed forward and looked for more support, and as I tried to find structures, because it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to, particularly when you're far away from your own families. And I think in the pandemic, a lot of us may have experienced that, being locked away, locked down, different states, different countries. We really sensed that isolation. So I think it's a self-awareness that we need to embrace, and I think tell mothers and assure mothers that we understand, we see you, we feel you, we are you. But it's not the only way. And I really love that this movement focuses on just the natural essence of motherhood. I think it's just such a special, I love that dream, and I love the movement.
Thank you so much. I mean, I was about to come to the village part, and it does, I think that plays a very important role for our mothers also, because we're so overwhelmed, and a lot of us are becoming mothers later in life also, after we've built a career, we've experienced some kind of authority in our own spaces of professions and stuff, and then suddenly we have to go on this side, and then the village is missing. And when the village is missing, like what was meant, because I come from a joint family, like I'm from a very big joint family. I know that I have learned aspects from different people. Like somebody will teach you cycling, somebody will teach you cooking, somebody will teach you how to organize, somebody will pick you up and when you're crying, and then. But here, like if a mom decides to be stay back home mom, she has to teach cycling, she has to teach cooking, she has to teach everything that is not even like maths is not me, but I have to learn maths first to teach maths. Like it's never been me, right? But earlier days, if this was our village kind of a situation, this is our village, okay, please go and learn math from that person, go learn swimming. I know my friends telling me that we went to our uncle's places to stay, and we came back after learning driving, and our parents, they just called us, and we're teaching them how to drive, and we came back at the age of 18 when we went. And all that till the time child doesn't leave has come on to you, and then this whole pressure. And recently my friend just said, I was talking, like maybe women are it's all vanity, they think they have to look particular way, that's why they're avoiding. And I said, that's such a that's something which is, you're not being conscious of what's happening. It's not vanity, it's not vanity at all. Don't think it's vanity, it's a pulse which is very painful, and they are just avoiding the light, and they're dimming their light. So that's what I feel. And I'm sure you've been Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe, I'm assuming I have some moms from Zimbabwe, is also a very close family culture kind of a place, and you must be missing it. What does it look like to raise a child by, like in Australia, when you're from a country where
Yes, very different. So Zimbabwean culture is very much, I think, like you're mentioning, the Indian culture is like, so a lot of family around, or a lot of support nevertheless, and you go down and you auntie teaches you this, and
yes,
you go to the neighbor's house for that. So very much close knit. Whereas here in Australia, and particularly for myself, my husband, he works fly in, fly out. So what that means is he goes to a different state and he's away for a week at a time. So he does a week on, week off. But last year with the pandemic, he was gone 12 weeks, 6 weeks.
wow.
So it means that you're sort of in a dual care mode at some points in time, and then you're now in a solo carer mode when he's away. So certainly, like I mentioned, I had to lean on friends, I had to lean on mothers groups, lean on connection, because otherwise it's very easy to shrink and dim your light. I like that you said, you're hiding from the light and you want to dim yourself. It's just like, wow, that visual.
It
It's
is because
echoing.
I feel that like it's taken me 8 years to actually come out of it. My older one is 8 years old, and I was a very enthusiastic. What you're seeing me now is what I was 8 years back. For last 8 years, nobody has seen me like this. I would jump onto situations, oh, this idea, and just go for it, and this and that. Even now, I'm honestly telling you, and my audience is watching. They think that I'm just, this person who's walking with so much strength and all. Believe me, I switch off the light, and I'm like, another mom, can I do it? Like, can I really get this space? And I was since morning also juggling, trying to get this space so that I could create some designs, because I don't have a design team ready. I don't have stuff ready. But do I want to give this dream that's coming true for so many mothers? And I'm just like been placed in this place where I need to make the visuals. I know how to do it, but I don't have time to do it, and I'm trying to juggle. And so many mothers get these aha ideas, and the only reason, Brenda, I'm doing it purposely since last year. I jumped into learning online, etc. when my son was 4 months, to prove it. My husband would leave and I would announce a challenge, 5-day photography challenge, to keep seeing that can I do it? Like, can I really do it? If I can do it, then I can tell other mothers to do it. And that's how this has formed. And I'm still breastfeeding my child. I'm still sleepless nights. I get invitations at 11:30 in the night to attend sessions. I'm still showing up for that, so that these moms I'm collecting together gets the platform, we get everything. But it's tough. It's very tough, and that's why I totally understand. Like when you're saying, and now you've left your job, how do you feel? Like, are you nervous? Are you? What does it feel like that I'm going to be home all the time? I have to also set up this thing, because I'm in the same situation. I'm trying to set up something which is suddenly blown out of proportion with so much love. Then my responsibility is like going higher and higher. How do
I
you
love
feel?
that.
How do you feel about that?
I love that you touched on that, Chika, because yeah, you're right. There's a part of you that wants to prove to yourself, and also for the joy, for the goodness of the mission, for the goodness of the outcome of the movement.
Right.
But there's also a part of you that doubts, right? There's a voice in our heads that says, "Is this really going to happen? Are you really going to make it? Are people really interested?" All those questions will come, and it's a conscious decision daily to look or to listen to that voice and say, okay, so what if people so what if people judge, and so what if this goes wrong, and so what if there's only 3 people watching, and really testing and checking sometimes that voice that wants to stop you from doing things, because I think life is about taking those risks, taking those choices, and understanding what outcome you're looking for.
Right.
And working out of that space, working out of the end destination, and just keeping on moving, even though it feels like it's a snail step, or even if it feels like you're being pushed and everyone else around you thinks it's going better. And like you said, you're waking up, you're 4-month-old, you're still feeding, you're still doing everything, graphics, you don't know how
So
to fully
he's
do it.
turning 2 now. But when I started all this work, he was 4 months old, and at that time COVID hit. Just when I started, COVID also hit. So online classes of the older one, etc. And I want to tell you this because I'm here just a little ahead of you. I'm just a little, not very ahead, but I'm just a little ahead, because we all are forming our dreams, and this COVID is scaring us anyway. What time will we be able to financially sustain this? So I'm just a little ahead, and I want to just tell you that for me, you were there on my Facebook forever. Like, I've seen you for quite some time, but I don't know why you showed up. And then when I called you and you just said you just quit your job, and here I was connecting to you saying, Brenda, I think you're a mom. I would really want to be online. And I just want you to make you believe that when we start taking the right steps, the things start aligning. It's not that, like, you don't know what this movement might give you, who's listening to you, Brenda. And I want to assure you that even if you've just quit and you're very nervous that this is going to happen or not, I am equally nervous. I am like taken this 100 moms, waking up like a superstar saying, oh yeah, 100 moms, 100 days, 100 interviews, yes, yes, yes. But like, I really didn't realize what I was saying till I actually started doing it. But is it aligning for me? Yes, it's aligning. Are people joining the dots? Look at Debbie, look at Francis, look at you. People are saying yes. People are saying, cheering me up. Yes, it's amazing. Let's do it. It's going to happen for you. It's going to happen for you. And this is exactly what my book is about. My book is about take the step, show up with your story, and things will just fall in place. Messages will come, receive them without doubting. You could have said, Chika, I don't want to do it. Like, you could have said that. But you said, yes, let's do it. And I think that's what's the beautiful part about you. And I want to tell this to all mothers. I think the only option we've left once we start our journey is to say yes. That's the only option left. Like if you start saying, nah, I don't think so, I don't know it's right or not, the minute we start putting our logic into it, I don't think so we will be able to move out. And this will happen all the time till our last day. I know a lot of moms were like this, no. And this no has to stop because we deserve the shining. You deserve it as well. And every mother who's decided that I want to do something deserves it. So I'm loving the conversation, and that's the reason I'm like really talking more today rather than asking you. But you've taken a bold step, and I've seen your beautiful baby. I know it's he's at an age that it can get stuff. But what's your dream? What's your real dream? Let's hear not only a dream as an entrepreneur, not only a dream as this thing, just as a woman. Like if I tell you that I'm giving you a magic lamp today, Brenda, what do you want? What do you want? What would be that
Wow.
wish?
My true dream is for women to understand their true power, their true magic. I think, like you said, as we step out and push forward for our dreams, other women see us and get inspired and step forward for their dreams. So really, I'm about legacy, and I think women hold a special part in this game called life. We are the ones who bring forth new life. We're the ones who can turn a whole generation around. We can create legacy, and so that is really my heart's desire. And I feel like I've been uniquely placed in this engineering field, in this engineering industry, because I've got a heart to see a better world, really. And I think women will play an important part in that. And through visibility, through showing our stories, others will be inspired too. And things that haven't been created yet will come into fruition because we stepped out. And it's not just for me, it's for you, it's for me, it's for us, it's for all of us. It's
Yes,
for the world to be a better place. So that's really,
yes, totally.
that's really it.
Yes, and I like what you're trying to do. You're trying to get a heart in the engineering world from others. Like, stop creating stuff
Mm.
which doesn't work for them, which just makes their life more difficult rather than making it easy for them. And there are many great products. Not to say that all products are like that, but yes, a lot more has to be done in this area where products are designed in a way that we women can use it with ease. And I that's what I find so unique about you, that you've decided your niche has to be engineers and you really are passionate about it. And let's manifest it now, and then I hope your dream comes true, Brenda. And I would love to see what products come out of these women who you're going to be coaching, and making sure that they create these stuff. And please share it with us and the group, ever if something an amazing win happens, because your journey
Yes.
started just 2 weeks back, and you will be getting into, and you have a group. What is that group called, Amanda?
So the
Brenda.
group is called Chronicles of a Female Engineer. It's actually named after the YouTube series that I started late or mid late last year. And it's almost, I think it's 299 members. I checked earlier this evening. So certainly I'd love anyone who's been inspired by our conversation today, anyone who'd like to learn more about engineers or just join that movement. I'm very happy to provide the links after this as well.
Oh, lovely. I will put it, and just letting you know that this, and because every time I talk about the book, interviews are just these announcements. The real work is that big book that I have in my mind, unfolding it after 100 days, at least design wise. And then we'll get into the second stage of publishing it and finding the hard copies, how to rotate it. But in that, I think all moms will have the directories as well. Everybody will be able to reach them on their pages, on their emails, so that I can sit back and nobody calls me, where how do I find Brenda? How do I find this person? So my intention is that that also becomes their story, that page, and then a little bit of directory of all these 100 moms who are going to inspire mothers across. And also, I will want to tell the audience that the book is just not going to be about faces. It's not going to be just faces coming in, and this is it's going to be stories. And I'm going to keep cheering up these moms to take out that one story that describes them. And the camera is self-portrait. They are going to find their story through their camera, and nobody else will be looking and saying that, oh, I think Brenda, you look better like this. No, no, no. I will find out how I look better and what my story is, and every page will unfold a story, and then the story, and then you can get them directly. So that's the idea, that's the plan. The book is called 100 Self-Portrait, 100 Dreams. Let's see where this goes. And I welcome you to be one of my 17th champions. 83 more to go. We have some time. I think 8th of November we finished the countdown from 1st August to 8th November. I was smart. I interviewed 10 before the 1st August, so I have some 10 days lap in case my son's birthday comes in, there's some festival comes in. But 8th of November is, I think we should be out releasing the book. Digital book will be released for sure with all 100 women on Zoom call saying our stories out, and then we'll see what happens. So Brenda, welcome. I'm actually, like, every interview is making me more and more emotional, and I'm invested through this book into your dream. On your behalf, I'm manifesting it in the world. I wish your dream comes true, and I'm getting goosebumps saying it, but my involvement, attachment to this movement is getting it. Just God gives me enough strength that I can do it without anybody interfering in this 100 days. Let me just finish these 100 days, and then whatever universe wants to do can do. But these 100 days, I will make sure my energy is focused and I'm there on the other side with these 100 moms' dreams. And thank you so much for being here. Don't go off. You want to say something before wrapping up? Then don't go off. I'll just go off live and then we'll chat up.
Thank you so much, Shika. I'm really proud to be part of your 100 Women. I think that this is going to be, we haven't even begun to think about the ripple effects that this book is going to have. So very proud of you and your efforts. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Brenda. Thank you so much. And let's go off. And we have our superstar Francis, right, giving us love. Good morning. Hi, Soumya is here. She's amazing. She's a teacher. Soumya's teacher as well. You're going to get, moms are going to wake up and start commenting. After this live, they start commenting. So thank you for being here, and good luck with your project. And we'll keep meeting anyway till the book is ended. We'll have a lot of meeting points. So I'm going to go off.